arrived in India in January 2007. During the first 4 months, we visited the castles of Rajasthan, the domes of the Taj Mahal, and the beaches of Goa. We even got a job in Bollywood. But it wasn't until May in Varanasi that we discovered the video function on Jenny's camera and started making home videos of intellectual significance. Thus begins the video documentary of the rest of our trip. 2 weeks in India, followed by 2 months of Thailand, Cambodia, and Laos. They say Varanasi is one of India's holiest cities. It's where devout Hindus go to die, because they believe that dying here along the sacred Ganges River will free them from the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. We came to wander the alleys of Old Town and people watch along the riverside ghats. Each ghat has a different meaning and purpose. Some are for bathing, others are for washing your buffaloes. What is your name?
My name is Robin Kesri.
And a few are reserved for cremating the dearly departed. The bodies of those that are already considered pure, such as babies and holy men, are laid to rest directly into the river. Varanasi was one of the hottest places we visited. We drank 3 liters of water a day each, and spent much of our time taking refuge under the ceiling fans of various cafes. Leaving Varanasi, we took a bicycle rickshaw to the taxi stand. Then a crowded shared jeep to the train station. train station, we had trouble finding our car, and we were pointed in the wrong direction several times.
There are only 2 sleepers there.
We're booking now because the train's going to leave any second and we can't find our damn car. S3, everybody told us was down one way, but it was actually it's going to be all the way down the other way.
Right.
And our train is about to leave any second here. We finally found our seats, but as usual, there are already people there who didn't really want to move.
41 and 43.
41, 43.
We have 41 and 43.
We didn't get very much sleep, but by morning the train had cleared out and we were able to relax.
We make friends very easily.
I don't know what this thing is. It's like a giant potato chip. It was 1 rupee, which is like, I don't know, 3 cents or something. But we haven't had any breakfast or lunch, just little snacks here and there. It's really good right now. We've been traveling for 24 hours and we still have 25 kilometers to go to Darjeeling.
The road is really windy. I'm feeling nauseous.
Darjeeling is one of the most famous hill stations in India. During colonial times, the British would retreat here when everywhere else was too hot to bear. These days, it seems like every Indian who can afford to has the same idea. So now that we're in Darjeeling and rested and showered, what's the first thing that we're doing?
Getting our permits for the next place.
And where is the next place?
Oh, Sikkim.
And where is Sikkim?
It's like a little thumb that's kind of inserted in between Nepal and China or Tibet, I should say, and Bhutan. And we have to sign agreements on our permit that we won't go across the border into any of these places.
I'm about to have high tea at the Elgin, which is one of the fancy kind of colonial era hotels in Darjeeling, and it's really fancy. We don't really belong here.
We might be kicked out any minute. Look, I'm still wearing sandals and Jenny has very nasty shoes on. But I think as long as we pay, they won't mind.
We've taken our order, which is always a good sign.
Since Darjeeling is world-renowned for its tea plantations, we sampled the goods at every opportunity.
The road down to Darjeeling, and it's actually pretty spectacular. I'm zigzagging down the side of this mountain, sheer drop off most of the way. It's covered in tea fields, so it's really green and quite lovely.
So we're standing at the edge of a little telling in West Sikkim, up in the mountains, and we're supposed to have really an important view of one of the world's tallest mountains.
Tibetan Buddhism plays a big part of Sikkimese culture. Prayer wheels and prayer flags are common sights.
I'm eating this morning's Tibetan bread. It's not so warm and soft anymore.
Tell us, how was your day so far?
The day has been mostly riding around in the back of a stuffy Jeep on windy roads and being herded through some sights, waterfalls and whatnot with about 200 Indian tourists.
How old are you? How old are you? 13. Okay. And how old are you? 8. Okay. I am 29. Very old.
What is your name?
My name is Jenny.
Jenny.
Yeah.
What is your name?
My name is Randy. Randy. From US. USA. And you are from?
Kolkata.
Kolkata. Okay. These are the Sikkimese beers. You have Hit Super Strong and Dansburg Blue. How are they tasting, Jenny?
It tastes like beer.
We're in another long, windy Jeep ride through Sikkim. This is probably our 7th or 8th one that's been here. And it's far too bumpy to read or sleep, so we just sit here and wait for the time to go by and enjoy the views.
So we're in Gangtok now. So we're in Gangtok, which is the capital city of Sikkim, and we run into some rainy weather without our umbrellas. And it's much nicer than Darjeeling actually, because there are so many tourists here and there are so many honking vehicles, and it's actually kind of a nice little place.
Back in Darjeeling, the SkyTram was closed because of an accident in 2003 in which some tourists died. But in Gangtok, we found one open for business and got some great views of the city. Recording? We just got on our train to Calcutta, and as I was stepping onto the train, one of my sandals fell underneath the train. So I lost a sandal, and I'll be going barefoot until I can find something else, because I don't have any shoes either.
We finally got into Calcutta, our last Indian train, and Randy's still missing a shoe. And I'm really sick. Good times.
This probably isn't the best city to be walking around barefoot in, but here I am.
One of the last places, in fact, I think the last place in the world where they have hand-pulled rickshaws.
Before flying to Thailand, we had a day to wander the streets and markets of Calcutta. I bought shoes and Jenny bought jewelry. the market, we found everything from beady cigarette rollers to baskets of live poultry. The public toilets were very public. We're in the airport waiting for our flight to Bangkok. Once in Bangkok, we stayed in the backpackers ghetto of Khao San Road. The neighborhood is packed with cheap shopping and street food. 33 baht was $1. This is our beautiful hotel room here in Bangkok. It comes with all the amenities, windows and a bed, and that's about it. It's 170 baht a night, and that's about $5. So as you can see, we're living the high life here. We met up with our English friends, Nadia and Georgia, who we traveled with back in India.
You okay, the camera?
Oh, graduate. And then you pop up again. I don't think it likes me anymore.
He's gonna run into us. Hello, guy. Hello, big guy. God, he's giant.
He's just showing off. He likes the attention.
And can make a warning sound that you can hear. Gold เนี่ยเขาหมดแล้วสิงูทางมะพร้าวนะคะเขาสามารถที่จะฉกกัดได้อย่างรวดเร็วทุกทิศทางนะคะแต่ว่าเขาเป็นงูที่ไม่มีพิษนะคะ
Boat travel is a common way to get around in Bangkok because of all the rivers and canals, giving the city the nickname, the Venice of the East. Each Monday, almost everyone wears yellow in honor of the King of Thailand. Patriotism, Buddhism, and consumerism blend seamlessly in Thailand's capital. Chiang Mai, we visited the famous hilltop temple Doi Suthep, where many residents go to worship. We also visited the Elephant Nature Park, a place that's dedicated to rehabilitating abused elephants.
Just like old people, you become a little saggy, you get a little baggy, you lose your muscle tone. Same with the elephants. See that is one tooth. Oh my God. Now one tooth can be between 2 to 6 kilograms. Oh my God. So it's a good idea you're not sticking your hand in an elephant's mouth today, yeah? But you can see how big that mouth is. Now I'll put that in there. See how she's like that? That's not even worth her while to chew yet. That was half a watermelon.
While elephants are sacred in Thailand, at some tourist camps they're abused by their trainers. But here, the elephants roam free and are spoiled with attention.
We watched elephants.
Don't stop me now if you wanna have a good time. Just give me a call. Don't stop me 'cause I'm having a good time. Don't stop me 'cause I'm having a good time. I don't wanna stop at
Next, we took a boat across the Mekong River and entered the country of Laos.
Bye, Thailand.
In northern Laos, we participated in the gibbon experience. We trekked deep into the jungle, through villages and rivers,
Good piranhas in this continent, right?
before arriving at our treehouse, where we would stay for 2 nights.
Treehouse number 3.
Local wildlife included ants, leeches, and a young Asiatic black bear that had been rescued from poachers.
A baby black bear suckling on my arm. See these paws? Such a weird noise it's making.
But the biggest draw of the gibbon experience is the network of zip lines.
I'm latching on with my safety. Then I latch on with the wheeler thingy. Like this. And now I'm ready to go.
The Gibbon Experience is a conservation project that uses tourist dollars to help protect the Bokeo National Reserve. We were lucky enough to see the elusive gibbons, but we didn't get any footage. Luang Prabang is known for its temples and slow pace of life. There's a popular night market where crafts from all over the country go on sale. We celebrated our friend George's 22nd birthday and went to the only place open after midnight, the bowling alley. Lao beer can hit you harder than you expect. We visited the nearby waterfall and for a while had this pristine pool all to ourselves.
So we just got into a car accident. And it's raining.
And it looks like Vietnam for some reason. It's like
Head-on collision on a windy mountain road.
Yeah, so kind of, yeah.
With that guy.
He's fine, he's got a big massive truck.
Luckily, no one was injured, except for me. In Vang Vieng, we rented a motorbike and explored the scenic surroundings. Some travelers in Vang Vieng sit in cafes and watch Simpsons or Friends all day long. But we found much more interesting things to do outdoors. For a few dollars, you can rent inner tubes and float down the Mekong. A few days prior, Jenny lost a toenail when she walked into a curb. At least the inner tube kept the injury elevated. Some Lao people set up bars along the river to sell local beer and whiskey to tubers. We used the rope swing to flaunt our exquisite balance and grace. Vientiane, the capital of Laos, we visited a rendition of the Arc de Triomphe, a remnant of French colonialization. We also stuffed ourselves with banana pancakes and enjoyed a massage and herbal sauna.
Makatin.
Makatin.
These are like peas, but they're called makatin.
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 Oh, Isabel. Are they good?
Yeah, they're good. They're like little pea beans inside.
These tuk-tuk passengers in Paksay were very interested in our game of cards, but we couldn't imagine why. When there wasn't much public transportation around, we caught a lift in the back of this truck. Sometimes hitchhiking is safer than riding a tuk-tuk. This guy tied 8 containers of gasoline to the back of our vehicle.
Really tied on very securely.
Don Det is an island in the Mekong, covered almost entirely by rice fields. It's an ideal place to soak in the village scenery, relax, and enjoy the sunset. But we found out it's possible to get a little bit too close to nature.
So we just come back to our bungalow at night, where we have no electricity because it's Laos, and we have some friends in here. For one, we have this guy, quite big, and number 2, contestant number 2 over here, this guy. Not very friendly looking.
That one's eating something and hanging by a thread.
Once in Cambodia, we went straight to the capital, Phnom Penh. Between 1975 and 1979, approximately 2 million Cambodians died under the Pol Pot regime. This building was used as a prison by the Khmer Rouge, where many people were tortured and killed. It is now a genocide museum. In northern Cambodia, we visited the famous ruins of Angkor, an ancient city that flourished between the 9th and 15th century. There are over 1,000 temples in the Angkor area, and the main temple, Angkor Wat, is said to be the world's largest religious monument. We spent 2 days exploring the massive complex, climbing through the crumbling structures and admiring the intricate stone carvings. The next day, the nearby town of Siem Reap was hit by a flash flood, causing traffic chaos. The bus ride from Siem Reap back to Thailand is notoriously miserable. It's a long and bumpy journey on a dusty, unpaved road. Street vendors along the way sell all kinds of tasty treats. After traveling all day and all night, we finally arrived at Koh Tao. The island is known for its crystal clear waters and excellent snorkeling and scuba diving. Jenny woke up at 6 in the morning to swim with sharks. I slept in. Koh Phangan, we spent more time exploring remote beaches and soaking in the sun rays. The last place we visited in Thailand was Koh Lanta, on the Andaman Sea coast. This is the coastline that was hit by the tsunami in 2004, but Koh Lanta sustained little damage. It was a pleasant place to spend the last week of our trip. That brings us to the end of our travel video. We hope you enjoyed watching it, but I'm sure we enjoyed making it much more.